Wild guess on what this is, of course. This is the Kat Von D Saint and Sinners palette. It is limited edition and I managed to get my hands on it. I think it was released earlier this year and it's not supposed to be available again. Kat Von D said in her video on her YouTube channel that once they're sold, they're sold. And my local shop, which stocks Kat Von D cosmetic, literally posted on Instagram, and I saw the post 2 hours after they posted saying that they just got 15 of these to go and hurry the hell up because they're gonna be gone. And I got there about an hour later, so it would have been like 3 hours after that post, and there were only about 5 or 6 of them left. So I bought it, of course, and I'm making a video. So if you want to find out more about this palette and what I think about it, and of course the different looks that I was able to come up with it, please stay tuned, please subscribe to my channel if you enjoy this kind of content. Like, share and subscribe, and just help me get out there. For today's video, I won't actually be playing with this palette on camera. What I thought, I just didn't think I would do it enough justice just in one sitting and doing like one eye look. There are so many cool shades here that it's just impossible to just do one eye look and be like, well, okay, that's cool. I would need to sit here for about an hour and a half coming up with 2, 3, 4 different looks. So I have been playing with this palette for the past 2 days. This is the 3rd day and it is early afternoon. So I've come up overall with 4 separate looks. This is one of them that I'm wearing on my eyes right now. So what I thought is I'm going to show you all of these looks, including this one, and you can tell me which one you want me to do a tutorial on. I don't think I want to make a tutorial on each and every single one of them. Maybe I will, I don't know. But you can tell me down in the comments below or on my social media. JAKUBWASTAKEN on Instagram and Twitter. You can just tweet me or DM me telling me which one of the looks that I did would you like an actual tutorial on. So what I will do in this video is I'm going to show you all of these 4 looks, including this one. So hopefully they will appear somewhere on the screen with the magic of editing. And I guess with this one, you can also just look at it right now. So other than that, in this video, I actually want to swatch every single one of these shades and tell you what I think about them very briefly, because there are 24 of them and they are every single one of them. I haven't used obviously every single one of them. That would be incredible. And for 4 looks, 24 shades, that's like 6 eyeshadows in every single look. But they are all incredible because I've played with all of them, so let's get to it. So this is how the palette opens. There's this little flap here, and it actually just opens up like this. It is magnetic, so there we go. This is it. Kat Von D herself said that she was inspired by stained glass in churches and religious buildings. So yeah, I mean, this is one, if not the most beautiful packaging for a makeup palette that I've ever seen in my entire life. All of the shades are named and listed at the back in their choreographed kind of order, and it also includes little Kat Von D's. She mentioned that little heart with the word vegan in it. So some of her first, when she started out, some of her first makeup products were not vegan, but now every single thing that leaves under the brand Kat Von D is actually vegan and cruelty free. So there are 2 sides to this, of course, the Saint side, which is this one, and the Sinner side, this one here. So I mean, let's just go from Sinner, I think, because I'm a bad bitch. So on the very top we've got Rapture. Then we've got Sabbath, which is just a matte black because Black Sabbath. Next we have Ashes, which begins the trend of these really curious typical matte shades that have glitter in them, and it's really interesting. So this is a typical kind of grey ashy shade but it has green glitter particles in it. And as you can see, that transfers onto the skin as well. This is a pretty cool transition shade, but it is really pale, so I mean, yeah, it's a transition shade. Then we've got the shade Martyr, which I've actually been using so much because I love this kind of a warm chocolatey tone transition shade. I mean, this is perfect. Next to Martyr, we've got Devil, which is just a very warm orange, and I like, as you can see in this one, I like warming up my looks with that, just on the perimeter of the actual, you know, smoke or transition shade. So that's the Devil right there. Then we've got Revelation, which is similar to Ashes in that it has green kind of gold particles in it, but other than that, it is quite a typical lovely brown shade. Again, it can be used in a variety of ways. It can be used under the eye, it can be used as a darker transition shade. I mean, all of these are so versatile. Then we've got Vestment, which is this beautiful, like, aquamarine, I think. Kind of, I'm pretty bad at describing colors, but that's what this reads to me. And this is starting the trend of actual metallics and shimmers in the palette. So you see it's, I mean, it's just so beautiful. It's like scaly color. Next to Vestment, we've got Ministry, and this is one of the main featuring colors of the second look that I did. And oh my god, it is the most beautiful blue that I have ever used or seen. I mean, I have a blue kind of similar in tone to this from the Urban Decay Moondust palette, but oh my god, this is like just another level altogether. Next to Ministry is Exodus. Exodus, I don't really know these kind of biblical names in English. I actually know them in Polish better, but this is just this perfect lime green color. And excuse that, I kind of dropped some water in that one and it kind of crystallized on top. I'm gonna have to actually break that part, but nevertheless, it is just a really cool, interesting lime shade that I've tried to use in a look last night when I was kind of tipsy and I wasn't really like paying attention to what I was doing, and yeah, it didn't look cute. I think I really want to come up with a look that would include or feature Exodus as one of the main shades, so I'm still kind of working on that. Then we've got Exorcism, which is a matte purple shade. Beautiful. I have never ever, and I guess obviously I don't have that many palettes, but I have never used a purple shade that actually works. I've got a few purple shades from really cheap palettes and they are terrible. The next one is probably my favorite from the entire palette, and of course shiny and gold. It is the shade Relic, and it's the main featuring color of the first look that I did, but I mean, oh my god. I thought I had, you know, already palettes with really nice gold, and some of the Englot shades is like a really muted gold that I have. I've got a gold in this really cheap palette here, but this, again, is just stunning. Another level. It looks like liquid gold. It looks so good. It is the true essence of what gold shade should be. Every single time I see a gold in an eyeshadow palette, you kind of struggle, and a lot of people also struggle to describe it because it's like, oh well, maybe it's a little bit more coppery, maybe it's more on the toned down side of gold, maybe it's like rose gold, maybe it's like dirty gold, maybe it's like this gold. No, this is the holy grail. This is the queen, the definition of what a gold shadow should be. I think it, right now that I'm looking at it, I think it reminds me a little bit of Trophy Wife, the highlighter by Fenty Beauty. And you could probably highlight with that the same way you can actually use the Fenty Beauty highlighter as an eyeshadow because it's so intense. But oh my god, this is the best thing that's ever happened to me. And then last one is this true royal red shade called Stigmata, and it's just slightly shimmery and metallic. Actually, not slightly, it is very metallic. It is very beautiful. as you can see. So this is the entirety of the Sinner side. So beautiful. They are all just so creamy and so easy to just blend with your brush, and they go onto your eye, onto your lid so smoothly and easily, and you don't need to pick up much product. You just tap in twice and you go in, and it just works. It's one of the easiest palettes ever, and some of the looks that I've come up with it that you will have seen, obviously, I mean, they're so stunning. I usually don't like do really extravagant, you know, full glam looks, but this palette made it so easy to do that. Then we've got the Saint side, and this side starts with the most versatile shade of all. It is like fake snow with glitter on your eyeballs. It can go on alone, it can go on top of any single shade, and it will make it look just better, like a better version of itself. Right now on my lid, I am wearing Heaven with this on top, and Heaven itself was nice but rather muted and kind of dark to go into, you know, the center of your eye. You want it to be popping more. I put some Heaven on it, and it's just amazing. So this is what Heaven is. It's just beautiful, honestly. Down from Heaven we've got Immaculate, which is just really nice, kind of marine shimmery green, and it could look so beautiful on darker skin, I think, and I mean probably just anyone, honestly. Then we've got Worship, which is royal purple. So beautiful and stunning. These are all so rich, and they just all make such a statement. I hate shadows that are like, maybe I'm gold, maybe I'm purple, I don't really know what I am. No, like these will punch you in the eye. They're so stunning. I'm sorry, they're just so good. So then Amen is the next shade here, and it is actually a very just pale creamy white. It's not super it's not snow white, but it's like this creamy milky white, and it doesn't swatch well because of like my hair, I guess, and my skin being white, but it packs a punch on the actual lid. I could imagine this could be a beautiful shade to just put all over your lid with winged eyeliner, because it would make your lid just totally white. It is beautiful. It does pack a punch, and I used it before. You can also use it as a base for a darker shade, just to light everything up. Next to Amen we've got Sacred Heart. I don't quite know how to describe this shade. It's not one of my favorites, just from the actual color side. It's not that it's bad. I mean, it's amazing. It's just like this salmon. I think that's how I would describe it. Salmon color. And I tried to put it on my lid once, and I was like, oh, I didn't love it. So I'm yet to find a use for this one. But next to Sacred Heart, we've got Chalice, which is this beautiful kind of ashy metallic shade. So it's kind of similar to Ashes, but Ashes is matte with some glitter. This is a total metallic and is a little bit darker, so it kind of reminds me of some of the shades that are so popular in the Naked palette by Urban Decay. But I mean, this is just one of the Urban Decay palettes. To me, are all kind of the same shades. They're all so similar. Then Crucifix comes next, just below Amen, and it is a very dark, deep, rich espresso shade, and I'm wearing it right now just in the outer corner, and I was going to put it in the inner corner as well, but it was a little bit too dark even for a halo effect. So watch out for Crucifix, because it is intense and it will do what you want it to do. It will darken up that outer corner if you need it to do that. Next to Crucifix we've got Heaven, which is what I'm wearing right now with the addition of Absolution on just my lid. It is, honestly, it's just like liquid silver shade. It's so beautiful. It has the faintest tint of, I want to say, purple or pink in it, but I mean, it's stunning. Honestly, it's just I think it's my second favorite, right next to Relic. It's so pretty. That we've got Sanctuary, and it is a matte. No, it is another metallic. This is full of metallics. You can come up with so many different looks. This deep brown, kind of similar, but a little bit more on the warmer side, and it is a metallic. I do want to point out that while a lot of these are metallics, they are not the kind of metallics that will only work with a flat brush, with a packing brush, or with your finger to go on lid. I've used Stigmata, the last shade in the center side. I've used Stigmata. I've used Worship, I think, as well, which is this one. On a fluffy crease brush, and I try to go into the crease, and actually it just does it. It literally translates this metallic shiny shade into a crease shade. It's quite incredible. Okay, so the last row here, we've got Baptism, which is the perfect, and excuse my finger, it's kind of dirty, but it is just baby pink and very matte, and you're just not going to see it on my hand because I am pale. So I've used Baptism on every single one of my looks as a just a base, just to remove any discoloration on my eye, because even though like Amen, which is obviously this one, and Baptism, even though they are like base shades or highlighting shades that are matte, that are very light, sometimes those shades in cheaper palettes or in just not such high quality palettes are just very sheer and see-through, and you need to like go over and over and over and over your actual eyelid and eye area to apply that base. This takes no time. Dip your brush in and you go over, and it is like done. There is no discoloration anymore. It is super opaque for this kind of like really light virgin color that it is, both Baptism and Amen. So next to Baptism we've got Rosary, which is actually such a beautiful, I would describe it as a cherry or red color, just right there. Last but very definitely not least is Cathedral, the most stunning silver shade I have ever bloody seen. Honestly, there is just depth to it. There's so much going on. There's so much glitter, so much shimmer. It's so pigmented, so opaque, so easily swatchable. Oh my god. And that applies to every single one of those shades. I paid a lot of money for this, and I would spend it again. Every single fucking penny I spend on this palette, I am so happy about it because it will last me years. You know, there are 24 shades. I paid £46 with like discount, so about $50. So 24, you know, it is about $2, maybe a little bit more than $2 a shade. And oh my god, they are the best quality shades I have ever used. Right, this is already really long, and I knew it was going to take super long. That's why I didn't want to do a look on top of any swatches and stuff. So it is going to take me a few videos to kind of cover this palette as much as I want to cover it. But once again, please decide on which eye look you would like me to actually make a tutorial on, so that I'll get on with it and I'll make an actual step-by-step tutorial so that you can recreate it either with your own Saint and Sinner palette, or you can just try and find other shades that do the same job. So once again, this is the Sinner side, this is the Saint side, and both are incredible. I love it. Right, I'm gonna finish this video here. Please subscribe to my channel for more content like this, and I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you learned something, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!